So here's one, by the way. Like I forgot to talk about this when I was at For the Love of Horror. Oh, that's right, fireworks. Shit myself there. Jesus. Um, yeah, so I forgot to talk about this when I was at For the Love of Horror down in Manchester. I met the great Shannon Elizabeth from obviously Scary Movie, American Pie, Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back, and the reboot. She was also in obviously 13 Ghosts, which I actually completely forgot she was in. She was also in that Jack Frost, that Snowman horror film, which is quite literally called Jack Frost, not the Michael Keaton one. This other Splatterface version. Anyway, long story short, I met Shannon Elizabeth, and so when I met Dave Sheridan at HorrorCon Scotland earlier in the year, the SEC, I great guy by the way, fucking funny as hell. I thought, why not? I'll ask him what's the status on Scary Movie 6, and he gave me like complete full frontal nudity. Like he told me everything. He said like, yeah, I'm back, but I'm not technically like I'm in the Ghostface costume. I've signed this thing to say like I'll get the call at some point. Everything I spoke about it earlier, so if you want to go check my video out. I'll link it down below. So I thought, well, Shannon Elizabeth is a scary movie alumni. Is that the word? That's the word, isn't it? Yeah. So I was like, she's a legacy character. And I thought, since Scary Movie 6 is looking like it's going to be a sort of legacy sequel to the very first one, of the first two anyway, because like Lachlan Monroe, who played Greg, he's coming back. And obviously Greg's girlfriend was Buffy, played by the great Shannon Elizabeth. So I asked her, I said, I know you probably can't say too much, because I know Scary Movie 6 is currently filming right now. I don't know, is it Montreal or something? They're filming somewhere anyway. And I thought, if anything, I thought, right, she's clearly not in it because she's here at Manchester. She was in Edinburgh the week before. But she might be flying back to wherever to film next week. So I went to her table and met her, lovely person. Got a picture and all that kind of stuff. Signed autograph, sorry. And I said to her, "What? I know you probably can't say too much, but Scream Movie 6, are you in it or anything?" And she quite literally just said, "No, I wasn't asked back," which put a damper on our little meet and greet. 'Cause I was like, ah. Because I was talking about Dave Sheridan. I was like, oh, I met Dave Sheridan earlier in the year, got me to sign my thing, blah, blah, blah. And, he was talking about Scream Movie 6 and stuff like that. And my question is, because I've mentioned, like, Lachlan Monroe, and I said, oh, the guys are coming back, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, so, fucking fireworks. And I was like, so, what are the chances of you coming back? And she was just like, very politely, was just like, I never got asked to come back. And I'm like, well, nice to meet you. Because I was like, what the fuck do I say? Thanks for being a big part of my childhood. I ended in that though. But it was just like, okay. So I don't know, like, do you guys know, have I missed something? Was there a feud between her and the Wayans brothers? Have I missed something? Or, because it just seems very strange how she's not been asked to come back. Because if it's down to her character, or her character died in the first one, Lachlan Monroe died. Brenda, like Regina Hall, she's died several times. Shorty, technically, Shorty did die in the first one and the second one, but he was still alive at the end of the first one and the second one. Ray died, like Sean Wayne's died. So, like, if it's down to like my character died, you're just like bullshit. Clearly, you've not been asked back because either she's just not been asked back, which I find interesting because of the fact that there's legacy characters getting called back for it, and she's a big name, like in terms of like with the Scary Movie franchise. When you think of Scary Movie, you think of like that first film. You think of that team. Like you think of Shannon Elizabeth, Marlon Wayans, Anna Faris, Regina Hall. You think of all them. So it's very strange how, but I don't know. Like, not getting asked back for Scary Movie 2 or anything like fair enough, like, but the fact that this one's going to be like a legacy sequel, you're just like, okay. But yeah, like I said, unless I've missed something, I don't know. But yeah, comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Are you guys disappointed that Shannon Elizabeth isn't coming back for Scream Movie 6? Maybe she'll be back for American Pie 5 if that ever happens. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow, all that kind of stuff. I've been Not Even Guy, Jordan, and yeah, bye guys.